All right. Continuing the disassembly of an 02A Volkswagen transmission, I have the output shaft assembly chucked up in a Harbor Freight 12-ton press, shop press thing. Looks kind of ghetto, but it actually works really good. This is a cheap bearing puller I got off, well, they sell these at Harbor Freight too. These are really cheap. I'm using it to cradle the third and fourth gear, I think. This is the fourth gear, third gear, second gear. Okay, so it's underneath the second gear. And what I'm basically doing is pressing the shaft out of the gears. So I've already got it about 3/4 of an inch down just to make sure it was going to start moving. So I'm going to go ahead and keep doing that. And all of this information can be found in your Bentley manual. I am using a B4 Bentley manual. It's a 2-volume manual. The second volume begins with the transmission section, and they lay all this out. They actually have a picture of exactly what I'm doing right here, except they're using special Volkswagen tools to support it instead of my pieces of wood. But you know, we're Volkswagen people, we improvise. So I'm going to go ahead and continue jacking this thing down and see if I can get this thing to come off. There it goes. So something just gave loose, and I'm as far down as I can go on my homemade setup here, but I think this ring right here is what holds it all together. So let's see what happens when I take this out. Okay, yeah, it all kind of just comes apart. Pretty cool, that was easy. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this whole pile off of here and put it on the table in the same general arrangement, and then we're going to pull it off one by one just to make sure I don't get any of this stuff mixed up. Okay, we're on the table. I just pulled it out of the press in one unit, so I'm going to go ahead and take this bearing separator off. Over there, and I'm going to start taking this apart and see what's inside. So we got this sleeve that pressed off. There's a washer. Ooh, there's more. There's another sleeve. I'm gonna have to go back to the press. Oh, nope, never mind. Ha! Look at that. All right. So there's another sleeve and a needle bearing, gear, and then the synchro cone attached to it. These cones are in excellent shape, so are the synchros so far. Go ahead and put these in the right order. Another sleeve assembly with a synchro attached. And I'm going to go through gapping these and making sure that they aren't worn out, but I can see the machine marks on them still. So I mean, these things, they look like they're in great shape. But I'm no expert. I'll do it by the book. So same thing, same story again. We've got another sleeve with a needle bearing right there and another washer. And they go right there. Huh. Next, probably kind of the same situation. Okay, that gear came off with the cone and the needle bearings, and I guess, I don't know if that, okay, that's right. So this is where the journey ends for the moment. Do I have that on right? Yeah, okay. So at this point, the Bentley tells me to get this really long puller and go underneath the bearing support, this plate thing with the stud sticking out, and it wants me to pull all this crap off. But I don't have a puller like that, so I'm going to chuck this back up over there in the shop press and press this stuff out, because I think it's a much more controlled way of moving things on and off shafts rather than using a crappy puller. I'm not going to go spend several $100s on a Kuko or any other name brand stuff if I don't need it. So, all right, well, I stuck the output shaft assembly in the hydraulic press, and before I did anything, I realized it actually doesn't press on. There's a keeper right here. Be a good idea to actually look at the manual sometimes. So I'll put these synchro pieces right there, and that is a pretty gnarly keeper. Let me see if I can find a tool for that. All right, I got these snap ring pliers. I'm probably going to break the shit out of them. Why not? Oh, that thing's not very tough. Snap ring pliers worked. How about it? Very cool. Not the ideal situation, but it works. Keeper. All right, chuck back up. I took the retainer off. Hopefully this thing comes out. Oh yeah, easy. It's moving very easy. Ooh, very nice. Ooh, yeah, pieces are falling out of that sleeve. I better not lose those. Go ahead and let the shaft drop, and I will see you on the table. All right, I'm going to try to get these bearings off. So what I've done is I destroyed the bearing cage on this bearing, the bearing cage on this bearing, and you can see all the little rollers everywhere. I'm doing this because I don't have the right tools, of course, because they're really expensive, and what the hell, I'm only going to do this once, right? So let's see if this works. I took this old chisel, whatever, punch, sharpened it into a kind of a screwdriver blade point. I'm going to try to get it in here and wedge these, like just kind of wedge them off. Hopefully they'll slide right off after I do that. Let's start with the big one first. There, that one's off. And I mangled the hell out of this. So, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and dress that up real quick like. And there it goes. Well, that took entirely too long. It took 2 screwdrivers, 1 chisel, a lot of grinding, and a whole lot of arm work. If I did this for a living, I would definitely invest in the proper tools. But I don't, so I did it with the wrong tools. But it all worked out.